Chapman University in Orange, California, the site for Game 2 of the USA men's national team taking on Italy. Hi, everyone. Welcome on campus, joined by Dean Quintal. Greg Meskel here with you for Team USA in Italy. Dean, Team USA coming off a 13-11 loss last night in Tustin, California. Looking to bounce back today and build off some of the positives from yesterday.
Yeah, I think what's going to help them out is their passing. Last night they weren't so crisp. They had to rush a lot of shots at the end of a shot clock because they were, forced to chase the ball down on some bad passes. I think if they can get, their passing down, that'll give them some more opportunities without having to rush the shot.
Yeah, Italy definitely taking advantage last night, creating some turnovers, getting out on the counterattack. As we look towards this afternoon's game, both teams will tweak the lineups a bit. For Team USA, we'll see guys like Max Irving and Duncan Lind in the pool. And for either side, a benefit to getting more players involved as they try and figure out the lineups for 2019.
Yeah, the USA coaches are just trying to see what lineups work best. They're going to plug a lot of guys in. You talked about Max Irving and Duncan Lind, and Duncan's a big body in the center, so that's going to be tough to contend with for the Italians. And plus, they've got international experience with the national team, so I think that's a benefit right there. Last night, you had a lot of young guys who may have been a little nervous and not had as many opportunities with the senior national team, so I think we'll see some positive by plugging some new guys in tonight.
Yeah, some bright spots on this USA team. Hannes Dobé with a team-high 4 goals last night for Team USA. So Team USA Italy coming up right here next at Chapman University. After the break, we'll get things started with the opening sprint. Stay with us.
So, you've got your hard-earned money, but you're not sure where to put it. Well, one of the best things that you can do is put it into a credit union. Credit unions are like banks, only better. They offer higher rates of return, lower fees, and are safe and secure. And because they're not for profit, they're all about putting the people first. With credit unions, you're not just another face in the crowd, you're a member. And credit unions are member-owned and member-operated. Take control of your finances. Visit or contact Sea Air Federal Credit Union to find out all of the great reasons why you should join.
Cap 7 is the proud sponsor of USA Water Polo.
And the national anthem is complete here at Chapman. We are set to get things going between Team USA and Italy. Once again, welcome back poolside to the All-Red Olympic pool here on campus at Chapman University. Dean Quintal, Greg Meskel here with you. Dean, we talked in the open about roster changes for Team USA. We'll get a look at the group they're going to put forward today for head coach Dan Udovicic, Alex Wolf, and Drew Holland. The goalkeepers, we could see both today. That has been common throughout these training series to get both goalkeepers involved. The rest of the lineup, Ash Moulton, Marko Vavic, Chase Travisano, the UCLA standout, Ben Halleck, Luka Cupido, Hannes Dobe coming off the big game last night, Kyle Trush from just down the way in CDM, Duncan Lynn, the Long Beach State big man, Chancellor Ramirez, Jesse Smith, Max Irving, and Ben Stevenson. For the Italians, very few changes. Francesco Massaro steps in at one of the goalkeeper positions, so Francesco De Michelis gets the evening off, and then Luca Damonte gets going. Andrea Fondelli will get the night off as well, and that's a look at our lineups here, Dean. So not much tweaking here for Italy, who I know we talked off the air. Pretty remarkable for a team that arrived just a couple of days ago. They hit the ground running, looked very sharp last night.
Yeah, absolutely. You see, they got in on the 26th, and usually you see when a team from Europe comes over here, it's that first game. They kind of just going through the motions a little bit, and it's game number 3 or 4 of a series when they really start to step it up after they've acclimated. But so it was very impressive last night. I was extremely impressed with their passing and their movement to the open space.
And that's so often young players, and you work in the ODP program, will often ask, well, what separates what's going on, even high-level college, club, from international? I always point to passing. The really good teams, the ball just never hits the water.
Absolutely, and you saw that with Italy last night. It really never hit the water, and like I said, they knew where each other was, so they knew where those passes were going, and like when I said they moved to that open space. A lot of times you see the younger kids, they get caught watching their teammates instead of moving to where they need to be, and instead of getting the ball and then moving to that position.
Head coach Alessandro Campagna for Italy, veteran coach with that group, coming off of a bronze medal performance at the 2016 Olympic Games. They won silver in 2012, so we're going to get back to the top of the podium. Last won gold in 1992, and they're into the water in the dark caps. Team USA in the white caps. Officials in this one, Freddie Sicard and Darren Spiritosanto, as we are just moments away from the second game of a 3-game series. These two will close out the series and 2018 on December 31st with a morning matchup at J. Serra High School in San Juan Capistrano, 11 a.m. Pacific time, to finish off the 3-game series. And we touched on it last night on the broadcast with Steve Carrera, but this is all part of, for Team USA, gearing up for a wildly busy 2019. January has qualification in Brazil for FINA World Championships, then the Intercontinental Tournament in Australia, then the World League, and then presumably World Championships, then Pan American Games, and that's not even into September yet.
Yeah, that's quite a busy schedule, and that's probably good. Trying to figure out, Team USA coach Udovicic trying to figure out what his best 13 players are going to be, and you got a lot of youth on the team, and guys that maybe haven't played with each other as often. So we're going to see what works out best. For Italy, Massaro will go in goal, although we wouldn't be surprised to see Nicosia come on in a reserve effort, and then Drew Holland will get the start for Team USA, and we could see Alex Wolf as well. Alex Wolf went all of last night. Jack Turner, the UC San Diego standout, was the backup. We did not see him, but we'll see what comes of the final game of the series. And so just about set here. Sold out crowd here at Chapman University. Beautiful facility here in Orange, California. Great place for water polo, and about set to get things going. Yeah, as I told you earlier, this is the first time I've been to this facility. I'm quite impressed. I'm surprised U.S. Water Polo doesn't have more events here. It's got actual chairback seats up in the stands.
That's a rarity at a water polo facility.
Exactly.
As the opening sprint is controlled by Italy. Well, hopefully the first of many events here at Chapman. They've been a great host to work with. Not easy to put events together during the holiday break, and they've helped make it happen. And we are underway in this one as Italy starts things off. De Fulvio. They'll start their attack. Team USA came at heavy press last night to get things going. Here's an opportunity now from the outside. That's field blocked. A battle for it. Heavy glare off the water now. Sun setting here in Southern California. So expecting a little bit of this probably at least into the second quarter.
Yeah, it shouldn't affect the players too much, but you and I are going to have a tough time figuring out to our left who's who out there.
Exactly.
That was a nice block by Halleck on the field block as he receives the ball inside 2 meters.
Now working inside, so from one end to another, Ben Halleck defending and now drawing the power play opportunity. And then another exclusion, so a 6-on-4 as Italy doesn't back off of Halleck, but then stuffed. A rebound is jammed in. Halleck cleans up the Dobé miss. Kind of a wacky series of events there, but Velotto was the second exclusion. He didn't back off of Halleck after the exclusion.
Yeah, I think he held the ball underwater.
Yeah.
Interference, so didn't let Halleck get a hold of the ball. And as we get a look here, Halleck just clawed that ball and just kind of flipped it back over the top of his head.
He's so aggressive around the cage and creative as well.
Yeah, I was really impressed watching him as he's developed quite a bit in this last year, watching him in the college season. And he's just so big and strong.
Well, he's become now a guy in the college game where single coverage is not an option.
No, not at all.
He can get loose single coverage at 2 meters and has been nearly unstoppable here in the college game.
Yeah, he goes about 240 pounds. There's not many guys with that kind of size in college, so it'll be interesting to see how this year is for him internationally.
Sure.
When you have guys that are much more his size.
Well, and this is where he can really be more physical. He has to dial that back at the college game, so he's not launching everyone around the pool. Here in the international game, he can definitely let that go a little bit more.
Absolutely, and in the college game, the refs are going to call that, even though he's not doing anything differently than he does here. It's just guys are so much smaller. It's kind of like when Shaq was playing in the NBA. Just so much more physically dominant than the person guarding him.
Dobé, he has the green light here once again, missing high on that shot attempt. And we'll go the other direction. Early 1-0 lead for Team USA. Already a better start than last night where they got down 2-0 and then battled back to tie it at 2, getting no closer after that. Working inside, the spin from behind and a penalty. And that's DeFulvio going 1-on-2 to wheel inside and draw the penalty.
Great move, just a reverse spin. I think he had Vavic there. And Vavic got a little too aggressive on the press, and I think DeFulvio just used Vavic's momentum to turn inside of him.
DeFulvio here draws the penalty. He'll take it to try and get Italy on the board. And he does. And we are even at 1.
Quite a few penalties last night.
Yes.
Were there 5 or 6 penalties in last night's game, which was quite unusual.
Yeah, and that's a bit of a byproduct of the new rules that were unveiled by FINA earlier this month. We're seeing, of course, the 20-second reset on the shot clock, the foul and shot outside 6, and then there's certainly an increased focus on penalties and also the opportunity to draw a penalty if you're inside 6 meters and attacked from behind, and that's maybe a bit ambiguous, but what we've certainly seen is that there have been a whole host of penalties called.
Yeah, it brings more subjectivity to the game, which, in some aspects is not good, but one of the things is the freedom for movement. We see a lot of holding going on. It looks like Halleck just got out and he's got a cut to the head.
Yep. Referees stopping that match. They saw a cut as his cap came off, so training staff will tend to Halleck as he is subbed out.
Duncan Lynn replaces him.
Duncan Lynn comes on. Talk about size. That's one of the few guys in the college game, in his time that could match up with Halleck and try and push each other out of the way.
Yeah. Unfortunately, they weren't guarding each other as they're both centers, so that would have been a lot of work for either of them. And good work as Duncan earns the penalty. So it looks like we might have a bit of last night here with quite a few penalties. We've already got our second penalty with 5:34 left in the first quarter. Yeah,
Irving here going to get a chance. Max Irving not playing last night. He puts that one away. Irving playing professionally in Italy, able to drill that shot.
That's going to give him an advantage playing here to see how these guys are playing. He plays against them quite often, and just the Italian style, and not necessarily if he's playing against these same individuals on the Italian national team.
And Dean, you mentioned the penalties. 7 combined penalties last night at Foothill. Italy going 3 for 3. Team USA going 3 for 4. Good look inside, but perhaps too simple.
You saw the push off at 2 meters, and the ball turns over to Team USA. So you talked about last night, Greg, the press that USA came out in, and now they seem content to be more in a zone. It looked like we saw a 3-4 zone there.
And I mentioned Max serving in Italy last season, Greece this year. So these athletes well-traveled, a lot of international club experience as we head the other direction. Italy on the attack here. Team USA ahead 2-1, but DeFulvio moving in. He's knocked down. Nifty pass, and Prosciutti lights the lamp, going over the top of Drew Holland. Frustration there for the keeper as he bangs the post.
Yeah, it looked like he kind of threw his hands forward instead of just keeping them up. I think he keeps them up, and he's got a good shot of blocking that ball. And, having coached goalies and having been a goalie myself, it's something we try and teach kids to do, is just keep the arms up instead of slapping them forward.
And so a 2-2 game now after the Prosciutti goal. He had one of the highlights last night, delivering a fantastic backhand with the shot clock winding down.
Yeah, that was something I think Wolf should have had. That's something you can't let in as a goalkeeper.
The goalie in you did not like that one going
Not
in.
at all. I cringed. I did cringe.
Yeah.
I wasn't watching live, but I had the benefit of seeing the replay as we're fortunate to have this on live television instead of just streaming.
Sure. A big hello to everyone joining us on 11 Sports. Great to have their coverage of this international exhibition series as Team USA goes up on the 6-on-5 now.
So it was Velotto to the penalty box for Italy.
Marko Vavic around the way. Here's Moulton. The low skip is gobbled up by Massaro in close. Ash Moulton, you touched on passing earlier, Dean. He really showed his passing abilities last night. Had some beautiful entry looks.
Yeah, absolutely. And that shot there, you think he had a little more room than he thought, and he kind of shot it right into the goaltender, but there was a lot more room between the goaltender and the post there. That's something Team USA's got to convert on. They weren't very efficient last night on the extra man.
Halfway through this first quarter, 2-2 from long distance. Hang on, we're going to have a whistle prior to that shot try. And it looks like a double exclusion is on the way.
It's going to be Duncan Lynn for Team USA, number 9. And
like DeFulvio perhaps going off for Italy.
Yeah. So teams will play 5-on-5.
And it's funny, Italy, they came out ready despite the long travel last night. The other thing that you saw that usually doesn't happen until the end of a series is it was decently chippy in that first game. That's usually the end of a 4 or 5 game series when everyone is tired of the common training and the exhibition matches. But
yeah, absolutely.
there was a level of intensity there early.
And it started right from the beginning of the game. It wasn't like it went to the end of the game where it happened.
Yeah,
but
exactly
it was
right.
From the beginning.
Hannes Dobé picks up where he left off, rips another. Halleck has become a mainstay in the college game. Dobé asserted himself in a major way in 2018.
Absolutely. He's a big, strong kid, as a freshman. I mean, goes about 220 pounds and 6'5", and he just got up and let that rip. He's got as you guys alluded to on the broadcast last night, Steve Carrera said, he shoots from many different angles, and he's got some power behind it.
Some full court press now as Jesse Smith trying to drive Prosciutti into the backcourt.
Good job by Team USA, really pressing 3 guys to half court or further.
Yeah, we've seen the focus on the passing here. The battle now as Holland tries to come over near side and close the door. And can't keep that in play. It'll stay with the Italians. A little more than 3 minutes to go. First quarter, 3-2 lead for Team USA. Good back and forth action here. Lob inside. And an exclusion. So extended offense here for Italy. They now draw the exclusion as that sends off Chancellor Ramirez.
power play for Italy last night was very efficient. Echenike
Cupido. Little double team there.
It's Jesse
Exclusion.
Smith, and things getting really chippy
Oh,
here.
and now Cupido throws the ball at one of the Italians. And then a cap throwing back and forth, so going to need some folks to step in here as Jesse Smith was in the mix there as well. And so we're going to see players sent off from this game for sure. So it started there with Jesse Smith getting tangled up with a player from Italy.
And that was a result from the other end of the pool.
Transition.
And Jesse got hit. I didn't see it, but he was looking for a call from the referees. So, and I don't know who it was with, but I think he was possibly looking for some payback there. So they got tangled up, and that's where that started.
Have to think that Cupido's been given a game misconduct after
it looked like
pegging another player with the ball. That's an easy call. You can see here right in front of us Vincenzo Dolce bleeding from the mouth.
Yeah,
so
he was the one that was tangled up with Jesse.
So he took a pretty good shot.
So that was 6 misconduct.
So game misconduct for Luca Cupido.
Both misconduct.
Wait, who won dark? Was dark before? Yeah, thank you.
And then on Jacopo Alessiano on Italy. And you can see their trainers tending to Vincenzo Dolce.
So I didn't see what Alessiano did to get the misconduct. 4 or 5 players were all in a mix there. But it'll be Team USA ball, and it's going to be a 5-on-5 opportunity.
And then an exclusion. And Dean, almost on cue, we talked about the physical nature, and then it led to that exchange.
Yeah, and things aren't going to get any easier. They're not going to calm down at all throughout the rest of this game and then the training and the game on Monday.
Sides coming even right in front. The USC connection, Dobe to Vavic. And Marko Vavic slams it home for a 4-2 lead.
Yeah, Greg, Vavic had all day as he received that pass and then did a 180 turn and shot. Great legs to stay up and get the turn as we get a look here. You see he's got all the room in the world there.
And it was last night Vavic dishing off to Dobe, so now we see the reversal.
Makes the turn in, runs into traffic, and the ball turns over to the U.S.
Sweet Team USA out on the counterattack here. Holland's got to get the out long outlet pass there.
The turn, and ball under's the call. So as Trush was trying to wheel his way towards the cage.
Now Trush is going to be excluded for interference there. So each team's getting a lot of practice at 6-on-5 opportunities so far. Looked like that was Echenike, tried to sneak that by Holland, but Holland got 2 hands on it. Greg, on it, this should be interesting for Team USA. I don't know if Halleck's going to be coming back as we see a shot for Irving. If Halleck doesn't come back, then you got Lynn's going to have to set majority of the time, and we'll see who else.
Yeah, now you're missing some key personnel. Cupido, given the game misconduct, Halleck.
Yeah, and Cupido, they like Cupido to post up from time to time. So it'll be interesting to see who they're going to have go into the center position when Lynn's out. I don't think Lynn's the type of guy who can stay in for a full game and go to 2 meters every possession. It's tough even for your top centers in the world. But it looks like we've got Ramirez in.
From the outside, and that brings us to the end of the first quarter. So 1 quarter complete, a marked improvement for Team USA. Some physicality, no doubt about it, but the United States pushes ahead 4-2 over Italy. We're back with the second quarter from Chapman right after this on a beautiful evening in Southern California. Stay with us.
All right, everybody, let's get on your feet for the first beer t-shirt toss.
So, you've got your hard-earned money, but you're not sure where to put it. Well, one of the best things that you can do is put it into a credit union. Credit unions are like banks, only better. They offer higher rates of return, lower fees, and are safe and secure. And because they're not for profit, they're all about putting the people first. With credit unions, you're not just another face in the crowd, you're a member. And credit unions are member-owned and member-operated. Take control of your finances. Visit or contact Sea Air Federal Credit Union to find out all of the great reasons why you should join.
And we're back. Chapman University. Beautiful campus here in Orange, California, just down the road from Old Town Orange. Great neighborhood, lots of restaurants, places to hang out, and we're on campus now. Winter break here, students are off, but a packed house for water polo. Capacity crowd sellout, and so far so good, Dean. They've seen Team USA get off to a nice start here, had 4-2.
Absolutely. They seem to be doing a lot better than last night. Passing seems to be a little more crisp. And they're not backing down from the Italians when it comes to physicality. Both teams mixing it up early.
And if you're just joining us, it is a 4-2 lead for Team USA. Don't forget live stats available via the Fosh.net, TheFosh.net. Follow along with live stats of this game and all home Team USA matches. Fosh, official stats provider of USA Water Polo.
Outside shot by Ekeniche off the pass.
Here's Moulton, coming off a Junior Olympics title, an 18 and under crown with the Cozy Boys, one of the more fun team names of the Junior Olympics, winning at Stanford this past summer.
Yeah, a collection of all-star high school players that are done with their eligibility and still looking to play at the high school level. So you see Team USA dump the ball. That was Travisano for Team USA.
Echenike put on a clinic last night in creative goal scoring. Had some unique counterattacks, did one move, pulling the keeper out of the cage, and then a wraparound shot that you don't see very often.
Yeah, I was impressed. That's the first time I've seen him play, at least knowingly seeing him play.
Yeah.
But I was quite impressed with his shooting. And he's a left-hander. It's always different taking shots from a left-hander.
What, from the goalie standpoint, you talked about being a keeper. Why is that difficult?
Well, I think, the majority of the players are right-handed, so the majority of shots you're going to see are right-handed. But left-handers just seem to have something that's a little different than a right-hander. You see that in pitching. Left-hander, it's got a lot of times different release point. So it's just something that's a little different to the eye of the goaltender. You see a breakaway here by the Italians.
Here's trouble. DeFulvio getting way out ahead of the Team USA defense, checks the mirrors, improves the arm angle, and stuffs it home.
I'm not sure who was at fault on that, but you can't let – he was so far out that somebody got caught watching their teammate instead of paying attention to who they were guarding take off. And Holland needs to be aware of that as well and call the defense back. But he had a good 5 meters on everybody before he even received the ball.
Yeah, that was some they'd call lengths in horse racing. He was way out ahead.
Furlongs.
Furlongs, there you go. Few minutes gone by here, second quarter. 4-3 game now, Team USA in front.
See
Max
Jesse
Irving.
Smith in at 2 meters.
Yep, as you mentioned. Good look. Oh, the passing. As Marko Vavic on the money to Kyle Trush, who buries that shot. Trush, the UC Irvine Anteater connecting.
That was a great movement by Trush as he started on the wing, drove across the center cage. His defender, as you see, Irving pass the ball over to Vavic, and they just left Trush all alone. You see the 2 Italian defenders out here on the wing looking at each other like, I thought you had him.
Physical play again off the ball. You can hear Coach Campagna yelling for a whistle. It happens now. An exclusion will go against Trush. 6-on-5 coming here for Italy. Italians right now 0 for 3 on the advantage. Shot clock to 7 as we near the 5-minute mark in the first half. DeFulvio waves, fires, and hits. With the shot clock winding down, Francesco DeFulvio makes it a 5-4 game.
Pretty tough to stop that one as he was at 5 meters when he let that one go. And really nobody there were a couple guys in front of him, but off a couple meters. And we're directly in front of him to make the shot more difficult. So again, Jesse Smith in at 2 meters, and obviously a lot different than what he's done throughout his career. He's usually guarding 2 meters.
A little change here, and out of necessity, right, with Halleck out at the moment. Long skip there from Trush, turned aside by Massaro. I've also seen Cupido not afraid to go down and post up as well, so those are 2 options they don't have right now.
Yeah, correct. Luca's done that for quite a bit of his career, here with the national team and back when he was playing at Cal as well. I think he's got good size, and he's strong to be able to do that. He moves well and gets himself into position, and that's what allows him to post up.
Offensive at 2 meters. As Marko Vavic was battling in close. Cooler heads prevailing there as bodies went underwater, waiting to see if there'd be an eruption between Vavic and DeSoma, but not the case. Here's Ben Stevenson. They go back inside, Smith posting, and he'll draw the exclusion.
Yeah, Jesse had good position there, got his defender straight on his back, and there was nothing the defender could do there.
Jesse Smith, the elder statesman on this group. The redirect inside, not much on that, on the attempt to bat that one home. Smith coming onto the scene as a teenager, making the 2004 Olympic team in Athens. Going to 04, 08, 12, 16. Would try and equal Tony Azevedo's record of 5 Olympic Games in Tokyo. Penalty here on the other end as they worked inside looking for the captain, Matteo Icardi.
I think Team USA got a little lazy there. It looked like that was Vavic and Dobe. They flanked Accardi, but a nice pass right over the top and inside. Drew the penalty.
DeFulvio will take this 5-meter. And he hits. And we are tied at 5 with 3:25 to play here in the first half.
Yeah, as we get another look at that penalty, I'd like to see Holland come off this line more and cut down that angle. Really, anticipate. He's looking at the referee. He should be coming out now. He tried to guess and went right under his arm. I think if he just comes out and sweeps out instead of trying to guess there, he's going to make that block.
Sometimes keepers they will just sell out one way and it pays off in a major way, but
yeah, absolutely. And either one is fine, as we see a shot from Dobe there off the foul outside of 6 meters.
Honest Dobe continues his offensive onslaught, and he pushes Team USA in front 6-5.
Yeah, going back to the penalty stop, either one can work. If you're a goalie and you've scouted your opponent enough, and you keep a logbook on them, and you're confident, shooters are going to shoot to the same place a lot of times. They're creatures of habit, but traditionally you want to get as far off that line as possible and cut the angle down.
Spioni was controlling there, now gives off. Pressure here on the perimeter. Prosciutti on the far side. DeFulvio thought about the shot, pours it in, and exclusion is called on the work from Spioni in at 2 meters.
It's going to be Chancellor Ramirez to the penalty box.
Yeah, Ramirez going off, and now working inside 2 meters, Veloto. Around the way they work it. Echenique. He'll have a look here. Drops the pass with 2 on the shot clock. Lets it rip, and that's a smart play. Put it high. See if he can force a tip out. He gets just that and gets new life for the 20-second reset.
Good block by Holland. I think the defense kind of relaxed before that shot came, since he had dropped it.
And now what a difficult angle there to jam that one in along the 2 meter line.
Absolutely, Greg. He was Prosciutti. He was a good 5 meters outside the post and inside the 2 meter line. Now that is something I think Holland's got to have as we get a new look at it right here.
A few fakes.
Yeah, again, Holland's slapping those arms forward instead of keeping them up. I like to see those hands stay up a little more than slapping at the ball.
And so now Italy has battled back. They've tied this one at 6. Vavic thought about it. Well, now an exclusion at 2 meters as Duncan Lind has returned. He draws the exclusion. Departing but protesting is Icardi as he makes his way to the corner. Travisano gave a look. Here's Moulton now from the outside. Travisano, and he is turned away. Massaro lunging to his left to knock that one down.
And not good shot selection there, as he shot it right into the goalie as he was coming across. Should have put it either on the water or high. He shot it near side.
Few fakes, and that's off the mark there. Sailing wide is Prosciutti's attempt.
Again, we got some more physicality going on in the middle of the pool.
Yep.
As we see, looks like that was Lynn launching off.
Vavic now gives a look. And then Lind committing the contra foul as he and DeFulvio are getting familiar. In the meantime, an outlet. Echenique, this is where he thrives. Into the open court. Has help. Drops it right inside. Italy looking for a call, but they figured a tailor-made penalty coming, but instead it is taken away
The referee was signaling that he had his hand on the ball when it was knocked away.
Field block on the other end. Lynn the rebound, spinning inside, and he draws the exclusion. And for those wondering, well, on one end, hand on the ball, no call. As we work inside and put it home, Kyle Trush has another.
Yeah, what you're referring to, Greg, I think what happened is Lynn turned and let go of the ball to draw the penalty, or not the penalty, but the exclusion. And down there, I think the offensive player had his hand on the ball, and it was knocked away by Team USA.
But and you were on the right path of what I was thinking, in that you're not going to have a call down here, hand on ball, but so often on penalties you see the turn or the lunge towards the cage, the let go of the ball, that leads to a penalty at the last minute. In this case, it ends up being the same result, a goal is scored, but I think that's where some of the USA folks were saying, well, wait a minute, that looks like a standard penalty call, instead just the exclusion.
Yeah, I don't think he got a full turn. He kind of got a side turn.
On the other end, bar down, and Holland is able to hang on. He was being pursued closely, and Team USA is going to get out of this first half with a lead. Long distance try, and that's taken down by Massaro. 2 quarters complete. Intense action here at Chapman, where Team USA has opened a 7-6 lead over Italy after 2 quarters. We will take a timeout and return. Third quarter action on the way, in addition to our Anaheim Sports Halftime Report. We are back after this.
So, you've got your hard-earned money, but you're not sure where to put it. Well, one of the best things that you can do is put it into a credit union. Credit unions are like banks, only better. They offer higher rates of return, lower fees, and are safe and secure. And because they're not for profit, they're all about putting the people first. With credit unions, you're not just another face in the crowd, you're a member. And credit unions are member-owned and member-operated. Take control of your finances. Visit or contact Sea Air Federal Credit Union to find out all of the great reasons why you should join.
Cap 7 is the proud sponsor of USA Water Polo. Cap 7 is the best ball in the world.
You never know where the next Olympian might be coming from, but it could be water polo, and that starts with Splash Ball. Splash Ball is a program for children ages 5 through 9 designed to introduce them to the sport of water polo while promoting water safety. Improve swimming skills and learn a sport you'll love for a lifetime. For more information, visit splashballusa.org. And welcome back. The Sports Anaheim halftime report here at Chapman University. Dean Quintal, Greg Meskel here with you in Orange, California. And Dean, we take a look back at the first half. Stats brought to you by thefosh.net, and a competitive first half for both Team USA and Italy. Some 6-on-5 numbers. Team USA 3 for 8 on the advantage, 1 for 1 on penalties. Italy just 1 for 5, but 2 for 2 on penalties. Goal scorers, Hannes Dobé continues his assault. 4 goals last night, 2 here today. Kyle Trush with 2, and then for Italy, Francesco De Fulvio leads the way with 4 goals, and just a lot of back and forth, a lot of high energy in those first 2 quarters.
Yeah, absolutely, Greg. And what I really liked in the first half was, and I mentioned it at the beginning of our broadcast, is the passing for Team USA seems to be a lot better than it was last night. And what I found out before the game started is all Team USA has only been together for 3 days since the end of the college season when they've had everybody together. So that makes a lot of sense as to why they weren't as crisp last night. And they got a game under their belt last night and come out tonight, and they're passing a lot better. And that helps with all the opportunities they've had. They're not rushing shots.
So about set to get things rolling here in the third quarter. Sun just about set here at the All-Red Olympic Pool, home of the Chapman University water polo teams, and a great venue for national team water polo. Team USA in the Whitecaps, Team Italy in the dark, and the third quarter has begun. We touched on the physical play. Luca Cupido given a game misconduct, sent off in this one. Jacopo Alassiano, same for Italy, following an earlier confrontation. Ben Halleck has been out since a cut on his head earlier in the first half, and the question here is, typically, Dean, these things don't die down. What stops it is the game ends. So the question will be how much more physical it could potentially get here in this second half as we see an exclusion called.
Yeah, you're exactly right, Greg. And I don't think it'll die down. And then, these teams are going to practice again probably tomorrow and then have a third game on Monday. See an exclusion there, and Team USA on the power play.
Team USA on the advantage. The exclusion is on Eduardo De Soma. And we're going to get a stoppage here because the table's signaling that is his third foul. He believes he only has 2, so we'll have to double-check this. In the meantime, Team USA fails to convert there. One other change, Italy has gone to their backup goalkeeper, the starter from yesterday, Gianmarco Nicosia.
So the Italians are insisting that it's only 2 fouls on De Soma.
And so they've double-checked, and it appears.
And that's going to be a 5-meter penalty for entering after the red flag was shown.
Well, this is going to be a debate here among stats kept on the Italy bench versus the official stat keeper. Typically, the official stats are going to win out in this situation, as this is a discussion here at the scores table. And this is the difference between an international friendly and what would go on at, say, a FINA level event where you would not have this sort of debate at the scores table.
Yeah,
as going on right now.
You just move along, and that would be it.
Yeah.
And it doesn't look like the protest by the Italian coaches is going to get them anywhere.
And so, to your point, Dean, when that happens, if you bring a player in that has been awarded 3 fouls, that'll lead to a penalty, and so now a chance here for Team USA to go up 2.
Max Irving going to take the penalty again. Converted his first attempt.
And he goes up high to connect on another and make it 8-6.
Right over the top of the goaltender's head, and that's just a difficult shot for any goalie to get unless he's going to get up higher than the bar. He's coming out with his arms wide, and you're not going to get your hands and your arms over the top of your head in time. It's just shooter is just too close to make that happen. It's great accuracy by Max Irving there.
So Max Irving able to connect, and Team USA able to go in front, 8-6. So this is going to be an interesting development for the rest of the match in that teams are losing some of their players, right? So now you have DeSoma, who is given his third foul. He's out. Alessiano is out for Italy as well. Cupido and Halleck currently out for Team USA. Here on the counter now, this is Chancellor Ramirez working inside, keeper out.
Just an ordinary foul. Campagna, the Italian coach, was back at the desk protesting. Still, I think he's asking why there isn't a board with the ejections on it.
This is a fair request. I think a lot of the scoreboards, especially in the U.S., are more swim-specific, and so you don't see a lot of the scoreboards that have notations. You'll see this a lot of international events, the full roster that's available to play, and then who has what number of fouls.
Yeah, usually most pools, especially in the college game, have a board to the side, as we see a shot by Echenike near side,
Yeah, that
low.
was a laser. You're right. There's typically an exclusion board.
Well, we see one sitting behind it, but nobody's manning it, and it's not out in the public view. And I think that's what Coach Campagna was asking about.
Fair complaint there. That's something that should be available at every match.
Yeah, because if they're able to see that, then they can question it right when it happens.
Sure, you can have an assistant keep an eye on that sort of thing. Italy has battled back now to within 1, 8-7. Irving from the outside, bobbled, and in the end, Nicosia is able to hang on. DeFulvio now. From the outside and hang on there inside on the restart. He was inside what was 6 meters with the rule change there to try and go after the foul.
Yeah, I'm not sure if the referee called him inside 6 to begin with, or he started outside 6, went inside 6, advanced his position.
Which was so common an issue with the 5-meter rule as well. You'd see folks lurking right around 5 meters and then try and generate that momentum moving towards the cage. Irving tries to go inside. Difficult pass looking for Chancellor Ramirez.
That's a little difficult there. Team USA not playing with a 2-meter man, so to speak. A permanent 2-meter man.
Yeah. Well, as you mentioned, Ben Halleck leaving early in this match with a cut on his head. He has not returned. And given these are exhibition matches, no need to bring him back in.
But wouldn't be surprised if he comes back tomorrow after a couple stitches.
Lob try there is off the bar and away, and Holland is able to control. So Drew Holland going in the second half as well. Max Irving swings it across the way. Cross cage. Nice idea from Stevenson, but Nicosia was ready for it. Second effort here. That's put home. Score it for Chancellor Ramirez.
Great passing there by Team USA. It was a great pass at first by Irving to cross the pool to Stevenson. And Stevenson got his rebound and saw Ramirez inside. He had a lane, put it right on his hand, and Ramirez was able to put it home as we get a second look here.
Ben Stevenson out of Reno, Nevada by way of the University of the Pacific. And connecting there on the second effort to Ramirez. And Chancellor Ramirez, another one of these guys that has gotten the international experience for Team USA after a strong career at UCLA.
Greg, we talked about passing. It's what I talked about from the beginning of our broadcast, and Team USA has come through and made some nice passes, and hence the result. They're up 2 goals.
And to your point, the familiarity. You're trying to work together as a unit. That takes time to try and manufacture that chemistry over just a couple of days. You can see what a few practices have done. The USA women went through the same thing. They played the first of 5 games against China back on December 14th. It was a 4-goal game. That was the closest game they had in the whole series as that shot sails high. And every one of them pointed to the fact, well, we'd only trained together for a day or so.
Yeah, even though most of them have played together for many years, just getting back together after some of the players being gone internationally, Kylie Neuschel, Maggie Steffens.
In transition now, Max Irving, and that's turned away. Nicosia batting that one back. Lifetime subbing coming here for the Italians as Icardi will depart, and we'll see the return of Bertoli.
Good opportunity for the Italian goalkeepers. I know used to seeing Stefano Tempesti in goal for the Italians, and I don't know if he's done with the Italian national team. He's still playing at a high level with Pro Recco.
Yeah, only a handful of Olympians from the 2016 Italy team on this trip. So some names, of course, we're familiar with. Icardi, the captain, Prosciutti, DeFulvio. In transition now, a tangle once again. We'll see another double exclusion. So Trush will go off, and Prosciutti, who we just mentioned. So that is the third foul for Team USA's Trush, so he is done for the day. It stays a 9-7 game. Trush making an impact here in this one. He is one of those relatively new guys to the mix here, playing at UC Irvine, getting a chance. He's done some National League. He's gotten some opportunities here and there, but hasn't consistently been at that senior level, as Team USA will work in close and then draw a penalty as Irving comes inside. This was a double exclusion. It was 5-on-5. Then it became 5-on-4 on the exclusion there on Bertoli, and then a penalty.
And DeFulvio expressing his displeasure with that call as he yelled 2 different times, splashing water. The referee just gave the signal. That'll be it.
Goal coming down as Irving puts that one away. I think the goalie took part of the cage with him, but Max Irving kept it low and is able to hit 10-7.
I'm not sure if it was the goalkeeper or the player in the penalty box that pulled that down.
That's an excellent call, Dean. Couldn't tell if maybe the goalie tried with his legs to bring this with him. No, you're right. Someone is grabbing the lap lane from the side to bring that goal down, and Irving gives a look like, what is happening?
Yeah, no chance the goalie did that, because his feet would have been on the back of the goal and wouldn't have pushed the front of the goal down. So I'm surprised that neither referee said anything in that case.
Guess had it not gone in, maybe you would have seen a different story there. But as they say, ball don't lie. Irving puts that one away, adds another for Team USA. This is a day where you don't want to be doing the scorebook. There's been a lot of activity to write down.
Absolutely. We've got 17 goals, and I'm not sure how many exclusions and or 5 meters.
Well, speak of the devil, another exclusion. This time Jesse Smith. Veloto was not ready for that pass from his teammate. Shot clock down to 6. Approaching the 2-minute mark in the third. That pass they were ready for, but it's turned aside by Team USA. Chancellor Ramirez there.
I think that might have been Holland on the block.
There were hands in there. Definitely possible that Drew Holland was the man to turn that one away.
Yeah, that was Prosciutti on the shot. He had plenty of time. There was nobody around him, and he faked it a couple times. I think if he's to catch and shoot that, might be a different story, but he gave Holland time to get in position to make that block.
Shot clock to 5. Ash Moulton off the ordinary, running out of time, and he'll dump it aside. Did not want to force the issue. Fans, don't forget, these two teams will close out this 3-game series on the 31st at J. Serra High School in San Juan Capistrano. 11 a.m. Pacific time start. We'll have it for you right here on 11 Sports. Team USA, Team Italy closing out, depending on how things go here today, what could be the deciding match of a 3-game series. Italy winning last night. The exclusion here on Ramirez as the fouls pile up in this one.
That's going to be Ramirez's third.
So that's all for Chancellor Ramirez here. Team USA running out of personnel. The redirect. Beautifully done. Lorenzo Bruni, the recipient. He turns and connects to make it a 10-8 match.
And that is such a difficult play right there. The pass came over the top of the defender. As we get a look here, Bruni on Echenike's pass over the top of the defender. He just looked like that kind of rolled right off his hand. Bruni didn't get a whole lot on that. You saw the spin on the ball and didn't have a lot of pace on it.
So for Team USA now, if you're keeping track, Luca Cupido, Kyle Trush, and now Chancellor Ramirez have all fouled out of this match. Cupido given the game misconduct, and then Trush and Ramirez have picked up 3 fouls. Nobody else with more than a foul, so should be good for some time here.
And then for the Italians, we got Alessano, who was excluded at the same time as Cupido, and then Soma.
And a penalty called on the other end. Now we'll go on to Fulvio, which will be his second foul. So a penalty coming now for Team USA.
Looks like they're going to have Vavic take this penalty.
Marko Vavic to give Team USA back a 3-goal advantage. He drills it. Marko Vavic, part of the NCAA championship winning squad from USC, winning earlier this month. Second look, and Vavic just goes high corner. The latest in the Vavic water polo playing family, of course, Dad Jovan, the longtime coach at USC. His older siblings, Nicola and Monica, standouts at USC.
They still got one more coming.
Well, one more in the pipeline. Shot clock to 8 as we come to the end of the third. The gather, Holland takes that one on the bounce off his face. He's able to hang on, and this will bring an end to the third quarter as Holland will let it fly. One hand back down, up over the cage, and that's all. Through 3 quarters of Chapman, Team USA maintains their lead. They've gone ahead 11-8 in a foul-heavy battle between these two teams, Team USA and Italy. We're back with the fourth quarter from Chapman. You're watching live right here on 11 Sports.
All right, water polo fans.
So, you've got your hard-earned money, but you're not sure where to put it. Well, one of the best things that you can do is put it into a credit union. Credit unions are like banks, only better. They offer higher rates of return, lower fees, and are safe and secure. And because they're not for profit, they're all about putting the people first. With credit unions, you're not just another face in the crowd, you're a member. And credit unions are member-owned and member-operated. Take control of your finances. Visit or contact Sea Air Federal Credit Union to find out all of the great reasons why you should join.
Cap 7 is the proud sponsor of USA Water Polo.
Beautiful evening in Orange, California. Chapman University, the scene. Dean Quintal and Greg Meskel here with you for Team USA and Italy, the second of 3 games. These two will close out the series on December 31st. Ring in the new year with Team USA and Team Italy as they get together on Monday morning, 11 a.m., Pacific time, J. Serra High School in San Juan Capistrano.
We got both teams ready for action here in the fourth quarter. Team USA has maintained a 2-3 goal lead throughout.
Yeah, Italy was the sharper team last night, despite the long travel. But you can see the Team USA has gotten a chance to gel a bit with some more practices, some more meeting time. And they've looked like the better team here tonight through 3 quarters. We'll see if they can close things out. Foul trouble has been an issue for Team USA. From distance, that's a power shot off the post, and the rebound controlled by Drew Holland. Hannes Dobe working inside. Ordinary. He can go from here. Dobe, the lob, the changeup. This guy continues to impress.
You haven't seen him shoot the lob very often. He usually just brings the heat.
That's why you throw the fastballs, because then they're not ready for the changeup.
The Italian goalkeeper was waving his finger to the referee. I don't think he probably thought Dobe hesitated just a little bit, but looked fine to me.
I think the goalie, like so many goalies, dreads that situation where you watch a lob helplessly go over your head.
Yeah, especially in that situation, because the goalkeeper comes up. Nice block by Holland there. The goalkeeper comes up as the shooter's coming up. As he gets up on his legs. You can't sit and wait on that. So, and he's just going to come back down and not be able to get up for that.
Here's Irving pushing ahead. Team USA on the counter. Dobe gives a look. Dobe tries to go cross cage and too much on it. Skips it hard wide of the goal.
Would have been nice there if Hannes had continued on a little further, because the defender, by him stopping, the defender was able to stunt at Duncan Lynn there.
And that's part of his development, right? Certainly not a finished product. We talk a lot about his offensive abilities, but still some room to grow in what he can bring to the pool. Entry here, Whitecaps converging, and it comes back to Holland. Jesse Smith gives a look. Fourth quarter action here. Team USA, Team Italy. Team USA built the lead early. In front by 4. Monster field block there. DeFulvio.
And the block by Vavic. I wish Irving would have held that ball a little longer instead of passing it over to Smith, because Lynn had worked hard to get ball side, and as he got ball side as that pass was going to the other side of the pool. And as a 2-meter man, you're working hard. Oh, we got a big mix-up over there with Jesse Smith and DeFulvio.
So Jesse Smith will go off, and then it's taken away. So confusion here from Italy. I think they thought they were maybe just waiting to restart the play. And frustration here. This is going to be a frustrating evening for the Italians coming off of this game. There's a lot in this one that has not gone their way.
Absolutely. They feel the calls haven't gone their way from the referees, and obviously it's been extremely physical.
Field block there once more.
It'll be interesting to watch Game 3 on Monday.
Yes, it will. Looking forward to that one on Monday morning as Echenike has the block. Italy attacking once more. Velotto now filling a lane from the outside, and a rope from distance. Prosciutti taking out some of his frustration, tries to put that one through the net.
I think Team USA got a little lazy there on defense. There were 3 guys in the middle on guarding center as we get a look here. And nobody up top on Prosciutti. By the time they recognize it, Hana starts to go out, and it's just too late.
Great view there, sun setting here in Southern California as Prosciutti drills it. And Coach Dovicic will call for time. 4:17 to play. Fourth quarter. It's a 12-9 lead. Take a look at our stats powered by the Foch. Team USA 12 for 29 shooting the ball. Italy 9 for 23. Power plays, neither side has lit it up. USA's 3 for 12. Italy 2 for 9. But Team USA is taking advantage of 4 penalty shots. They've gone 4 for 4 there. Italy 2 for 2. And for Team USA, the balance on offense. 3 goals for Max Irving, 3 for Hannes Dobe, 2 for Vavic, and 2 for Trush. And I think, Dean, they're thankful that this game is coming to an end because they are finding themselves in deeper and deeper foul trouble with Cupido gone, Halleck out with the cut, Trush fouled out, Ramirez fouled out, Smith 2 fouls. So it would start to get difficult had this had to go much longer.
Absolutely. Then you're a lot of guys are playing a lot of minutes, and that becomes difficult, especially in a physical game like this. As if water polo is not difficult enough, you want to get some rest, but having to stay in a long time in a physical game, you'd like to get a rest. But hopefully we can hang on here with 4:17 left, and nobody else gets excluded.
Holland will get things started. Remember those new rules we talked about? Goalkeepers can get involved in the offense, so it'll be interesting to see if Italy will try and switch things up and bring their keeper up at all.
I don't know. That will be interesting. My thoughts are you're only going to see that towards end of game when you're down by a goal. But who knows? Maybe a lot like hockey.
Dobe looks to spin inside and has that one knocked away. And then on the way down, it's an exclusion on Hannes Dobe as he stayed tangled up with Echenike. He was looking to break free. 6-on-5 now for the Italians. Echenike had the big night last night with 3 goals. Has been quiet thus far tonight. Shot clock to 3. The redirect, how did that one go in? Batted in, it looked like at the last minute by Icardi.
I was just about to say, the Italians, the ball hit the water quite a few times here. They weren't as efficient. And lo and behold, he makes that pass right inside in the redirect. And you see, nobody's on him. And that's what made that so easy. He's got 2 feet on nobody in front of him as Irving switched over to the post over here. Or the 2 post who started to slide out, and then nobody, Stevenson there, and looks like it was Travisano. Nobody went back to the post, and he had a good 2-3 feet on either side of him, so it was an easy redirect there.
The bang-bang play, and then the thumbs up by Icardi. Likes the pass, and Team USA not out of the woods just yet here. 12-10 now with 3:17 to play.
The Italians coming out in a full press. They're playing high up in the lanes. We see a lot of motion by Team USA.
As they work inside, here's Vavic. Field block. And the ball back to Italy. So now a 2-goal game with 3 minutes to play, and Italy knocking on the door here.
And they're going to have an advantage here on this counterattack as Lind is late coming out of the back court.
So Italy attacking once more. That's Lind missing his cap. From the perimeter, that ricocheted off of Holland, off the bar and away. A near goal for Italy, but Team USA, the defense is there.
Saw it. The shot by Echenike. He caught Holland on his way down. And here we go, Italians back high up in the lanes, denying the pass.
And so Team USA in no hurry here, looking to take some time off the clock.
There they are with the steal.
And Italy steps in to force the takeaway. 2:05 to play. Italy on the counter now. Moving inside, here's an ordinary. in front. Holland out, and an exclusion called. So an exclusion will go on Dobey. That's his second foul. And now a power play. Italy can make this a one-goal game. Around the way, they work it. Timer to 7. Echenique, big fake, fires and hits. One-goal game after Oscar Echenique connecting to make it 12-11 with 1:43 to play.
You get a look here as he just had plenty of time to sit and fake. He moved inside of 5 meters. You got a clear lane right there. Looks like Holland kind of didn't move over close enough and honor him there. He stayed a little to the center of the cage, and I think he needed to move over just a little bit, but it was a great shot by Echenique getting it under the defender's arm.
And Team USA was up 4, Dean, just moments ago, and Italy here on a 3-goal run, making things very interesting. So again, Team USA looking to peel some time off the clock here as Jesse Smith advances. 1:24 to play, fourth quarter. Smith moving in, the 4-time Olympian. Timer to 4. Smith dumps it inside. A step back. Moulton is off the post. Long rebound, able to get his own rebound. So Ash Moulton will keep this possession alive. And Team USA will get 20 more seconds on the shot clock. That part of the new rules. Shot clock resetting to 20 instead of 30.
And that was big there to get that rebound and take some more time off the clock and get an opportunity to get back to a 2-goal lead.
Dobey tries to rip a backhand from about 8 meters. That's controlled. And so new life on offense there for Team USA. They don't score. Now Italy can tie things. We're under a minute to play here in the fourth. Coming down to the wire here at Chapman. Shot clock to 10. Timer to 6. They go inside. Another exclusion. Vavic gives the exclusion on the entry as they worked inside for Icardi. And now a timeout called by Italy. 26 seconds left. The shot clock goes back to 20. So looking at potentially their final offensive possession here in this one.
If there's ever a time for a good exclusion, that was the time for it. Vavic, he was just in a bad position when that pass came in, and he had to take the exclusion as to not give up the tying goal. So the Italians will strategize for their last 6-on-5 opportunity.
Some huddles here as Coach Dan Radovicic gets his group together. Final moments of this one. And it'll be Nicosia to put this one in play. Italy on the attack. Chant for USA goes out. Italians looking to tie. Echenique goes top of the perimeter. Redirect inside. Tapped away. Stopped. And Team USA looks like they're going to hang on as Drew Holland welcomes Vavic back in with the pass, which is 5 seconds left. They'll take the rest of the time off, and Team USA hangs on to defeat Italy 12-11 in front of a capacity crowd here at Chapman University. So a strong finish for Team USA defensively after they allow Italy to nearly erase a 4-goal lead.
It was a great block there by Holland as he followed that pass across on the redirect at the post, and he's able to stay with it and turn it away.
So Team USA, they lose last night, they win tonight, so we'll have the deciding match of this 3-game series on Monday morning at J. Serra High School in San Juan Capistrano. We'll look back at some of the final stats here from the Foch for Team USA. They finished 12 of 32 shooting, 3 of 12 on power plays, 4 of 4 on penalties. For Italy, they go 11 of 27 shooting the ball, 3 of 12 on power plays, 2 for 2 on penalties. On offense for Team USA, again powered by Hannes Dobey and Max Irving, 3 goals each. Drew Holland able to make some key stops there in net for Italy. Francesco De Fulvio with 4 goals. Nicholas Prosciutti with 3 goals. Oscar Echenique coming on late with 2. Francesco Massaro and Gianmarco Nicosia split time in net as they combined for 12 saves. And Dean, this game had a little bit of everything. It was physical, very physical early on. We saw game misconducts, Ben Halleck leaving with a cut to his head not to return. Then Team USA building a lead, then Italy battling back, and at the end of the day, it's a win for Team USA. But I think for fans, it was a lot to take in here in an exciting battle.
Yeah, it was definitely a very entertaining game. High scoring and lots of activity, and I think the fans like to see that. And you see players, talking to each other right now. Jesse Smith, he was involved in quite a few of those dust-ups out there, and smiles with the Italian players, and I guess that's just all part of the game.
Fist pound here between Coach Adovicic and Coach Campagna, 2 longtime rivals, even going back to Coach Adovicic's time with the Serbian national team. And this is definitely a match that Italy will feel like maybe they didn't get the fairest of shakes, but Team USA wins at 12-11, and they will do it again on Monday morning at 11 a.m. Pacific time at J. Sarah High School in San Juan Capistrano. That is going to do it for us here this evening at Chapman University. For our entire broadcast crew, my partner Dean Quintal, Greg Meskel saying thanks for joining us where Team USA takes it over Italy 12-11. Have a great evening.
So, you've got your hard-earned money, but you're not sure where to put it. Well, one of the best things that you can do is put it into a credit union. Credit unions are like banks, only better. They offer higher rates of return, lower fees, and are safe and secure. And because they're not for profit, they're all about putting the people first. With credit unions, you're not just another face in the crowd, you're a member. And credit unions are member-owned and member-operated. Take control of your finances. Visit or contact Sea Air Federal Credit Union to find out all of the great reasons why you should join.